Ladies and gentlemen, what did we just watch? The Boston Celtics, yes.
Splits the defense, hooks it up!
The same Celtics that were steamrolling through the league with a 10-1 record.
In time! Three-pointer flies, got it!
Just got absolutely embarrassed by the Detroit Pistons. Let's be honest, nobody expected to even compete in this matchup. And yet, here we are. Final score, 117-97. A 20-point beatdown. So, what happened? How did the Pistons pull off the biggest upset of the season? It all started with Cade Cunningham, who looked like a true franchise player tonight. He controlled the game from start to finish, dropping 21 points and dishing out 11 dimes, making plays for his teammates like a seasoned veteran. But the real X factor? Malik Beasley. This man came out on fire, lighting up the Celtics for 26 points, hitting shot after shot like he had something to prove. And let's talk about the battle on the boards. Detroit didn't just win the rebounding war, they dominated it. 49-33. They bullied the Celtics in the paint, controlled second-chance opportunities, and completely took away Boston's ability to impose their will. Now, the question is, was this just a fluke, a bad night for the Celtics? Or are the Pistons actually turning a corner? Let's break it all down. Heading into this matchup, the Boston Celtics were rolling. Winners of 10 of their last 11 games, they looked nearly untouchable, sitting near the top of the East with a 42-18 record. With their star power, depth, and experience, this was supposed to be just another routine win. But the Detroit Pistons had other plans. They came in with 7 straight wins, quietly building momentum.
All over the place on this play, but Beasley hits.
But nobody expected them to completely dominate Boston like this. Yet, from the opening tip, they controlled the game, out-hustling, out-shooting, and outworking the Celtics in every way possible. By the final buzzer, they had made a statement. Now sitting at 33-27, the Pistons aren't just a scrappy team trying to stay afloat. They're a legit threat. This win marks their 8th straight, and with the confidence they're playing with, they could be a nightmare matchup come playoff time. For Boston, this is a harsh reality check. A team with championship aspirations cannot afford to get outworked like this. Expect them to bounce back, but for now, the night belongs to Detroit. Let's talk about Malik Beasley. He dropped 5 rebounds and 2 assists, but it wasn't just about the numbers, it was the impact. And this season, he's averaging 16.6 points, 2.9 rebounds, and 1.8 assists. Every single bucket felt like a dagger. Whether it was a fast break dunk that ignited the crowd or back-to-back threes that silenced the Celtics' momentum, Beasley was everywhere. His confidence was contagious, and you could feel the shift with every shot he knocked down. And let's talk about Cade Cunningham, the franchise cornerstone who played like a superstar. His 11 assists and 4 rebounds while controlling the game like a veteran. This season, he's averaging 25.4 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 9.4 assists. And tonight, he looked every bit like a superstar. He dictated the pace, picked apart Boston's defense, and made sure the Celtics never found their rhythm. This was his statement game. Jalen Duren, a monster in the paint. 13 points and 11 rebounds. Battling against one of the best front courts in the league, he made sure Boston had to fight for every single possession inside. This wasn't just an upset, this was a message. The Pistons showed that on any given night, they can take down the best. And if this game was any indication, the future in Detroit is looking dangerous. Having a good time? Hit subscribe, and let's keep it going. If you're wondering how the Pistons pulled this off, look no further than the rebounding battle. Detroit absolutely crushed Boston on the glass, 49-33. The Celtics couldn't get second-chance opportunities, while the Pistons feasted on every loose ball. And let's not forget the defense. Detroit made life miserable for Boston's shooters all night long. Jayson Tatum did what Jayson Tatum does. He put up numbers. He led the Celtics with 27 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists, making it look effortless at times. But here's the thing. Individual brilliance doesn't always translate to wins, and tonight was the perfect example of that. Early in the game, Tatum had the crowd buzzing when he cooked Cade Cunningham with a nasty step-back 3. But that highlight was short-lived. In the third quarter, Detroit's rookie phenom Ausar Thompson turned the tables, sending Tatum stumbling with a vicious crossover before dropping a dime to Isaiah Stewart. The Pistons bench erupted, the crowd went wild, and from that moment on, it felt like the momentum completely shifted. The Pistons took that energy and ran with it, building a double-digit lead heading into the fourth. The Celtics, usually known for their resilience, just couldn't find an answer. They struggled to hit shots, shooting only 41.7% from the field and an abysmal 32.3% from deep. But the real problem? They got bullied on the boards. Detroit out-rebounded Boston, controlling the glass and getting extra possessions. That physicality made all the difference. The Celtics had no response, and the Pistons took full advantage. After the game, Kristaps Porziņģis didn't hold back. He called himself terrible and took full responsibility for Boston's struggles. And honestly, he wasn't wrong. Porziņģis finished with just 11 points and 2 rebounds. For a guy his size, that's unacceptable. He admitted that Detroit's aggressive play rattled him and that he let the officiating get in his head. The frustration in the Celtics locker room was real, and this loss was a wake-up call. The turning point came in the third quarter, where the Pistons completely flipped the script with relentless energy on both ends of the floor.
Here in the third quarter, the Pistons try to win their 8th straight.
They outscored Boston 35-24, fueled by aggressive defense, fast break opportunities, and efficient scoring from their key players. This dominant stretch allowed them to seize momentum, silence the Celtics' offense, and put themselves in a prime position to close out the game strong in the final quarter. Cade Cunningham was instrumental in the victory, not just as a scorer, but as a playmaker. He picked apart Boston's defense, setting up easy looks for his teammates and keeping the offense flowing. His ability to read the game and make the right decisions was crucial. Defensively, the Pistons played with relentless energy and physicality. They disrupted Boston's offensive rhythm, forcing tough shots and making life difficult for their star players. Their aggressive approach on defense set the tone for the entire game. For the Pistons, this win is huge. After struggling for most of the season, they just took down an elite team. Their young core, Cunningham, Thompson, and Jalen Duren, is starting to click, and this game showed they can hang with the best. If they can build off this momentum, they might just sneak into the playoff picture.
They don't call it. For Beasley for 3!
For the Celtics, this loss is a reality check. They've been dominant all season, but games like this expose their weaknesses: rebounding, physicality, and adjusting to adversity. They're still a top contender, but this should serve as a warning. No team can be taken lightly. Boston won't have much time to dwell on this one. They've got a tough matchup against the Cleveland Cavaliers next. That game will be a big test to see how they bounce back. As for Detroit, they'll look to build on this momentum. If they keep playing with this intensity, they could be a problem for teams down the stretch. So, what do you guys think? Was this just a fluke, or are the Pistons finally turning a corner? And should the Celtics be worried about their weaknesses? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications for more NBA breakdowns.